poetry. I'm going to be taking prompts from chat and hanging out and chatting and doing short poetry with those prompts. It takes about 10 to 15 minutes, and I'll do a short read back, and we'll be talking to chat along the way. I have a prompt to get started with from brain fart. Sorry, I have a list of prompts that I need to double check to make sure I haven't written already, which I think I have in a different notebook, so not sure. I can tell I'm underprepared, but that's okay. Mainly we're just hanging out writing tonight, having a good time. Or at least trying to. Sorry, there's not going to be any music on tonight's stream. I'm using just my phone, so I don't have a way to play it that's not copyright free. I don't know if I have an interface in the app. I don't think so. Nope. Okay. Yep, I'm not seeing a way to do it, but guess we'll figure that out as we get going. I know it's weird that I've been live 2 days in a row. We're getting back to some kind of consistency. The wildfires have kind of died down. My work schedule has gotten back to one of normalcy. So it feels good. Turn the camera on and just kind of unwind. That's going to be the first prompt, back to normal from me. That's going to annoy me. Hey, Sarix. How's your evening going? Welcome, welcome. What is my mission? So on this stream, I write poetry using prompts from chat. So I'm working on a prompt poem now. I take something that somebody in chat would like a poem written about. I take about 10 to 15 minutes and write a short poem, and then I do a read back and see where we landed, see what people think, see how it goes over. Hey, Victoria. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. Good to see you. Blue, I don't understand. Greetings from Philippines. Thank you. Greetings from Alaska. Across the world. It's a long ways away. Welcome, welcome, JB. Hey, thanks, Eric's. We're actually working on the second book. I've already filled one of these notebooks up over the last month and a half of doing streams. And I'm putting all of those poems into a book, and that's going to be getting published and available on the channel. That should be coming out hopefully in the next month if I can get that thing put together. Hi, Dixon. Hey, Pizza Dave. Welcome, welcome. Pizza Dave, I don't know if you went back and watched the end of last stream or ended up watching any of the VOD after you left, but we had a dedication poem to you after you got off to do dinner rush or make dough, whatever you were doing. How do I say your username? 2012. Welcome in, everybody. There's a lot of new names. I'm sure the algorithm is shuffling me around. Oh no, I have a poem right here in front of me, Pizza Dave. I can do a read back with you. I wanted to make sure if you if you hadn't already gone back and read it or watched it. So I flipped back a page. So Ahmed, okay, thank you for that. I didn't want to involve the 2012 if it wasn't a part of it. I have not. Okay, 1 second. A friend of mine told me that I chase something I know I cannot deserve. What does this make me? It makes your friend kind of a shithead. That's how I would start that explanation. But, okay. Pizza for Pizza Dave. This is a dedication poem from John Ascroft. The Chuck Norris man himself has dedicated a poem to you. This is Pizza, and I wrote it in 9 minutes and 56 seconds. Bricks cold in the morning, before wood is added to the oven. An artist's match gets the mortar roaring. Masterpieces waiting patiently to be shoved in. Portraits of pepperoni, cheese, and sauce. Even veggies stand alone, sculptures of art, sliced with symmetry, an octagonal cross, before being ripped apart, fed to the masses on paper plates. Parmesan and pepper flakes mutilate the fragments. Remains of the artist's work disgraced, all for taste, making dough late into the night, canvas for tomorrow's paints. Hey, Nathaniel. Welcome in, welcome in. Yeah, that's okay. We don't need to be spamming, Nathaniel. I will respond to you when I'm not actively reading something else. Hey, Foxfire. Welcome in, welcome in. Yeah, if you're just here so I say your username, and that's the only thing that you need, like, that's all you're here for, like, I will say your username when I respond to the comment. No, you're good. It's all good. If you want to send me an email, Pizza Dave, I'll put it into, I'll make it artsy, mail it to you if you would display it in your establishment. That'd be awesome. That would be absolutely incredible for me. So. Hey, Steve Allen. Yeah, perfect. If you want to send me an email at the bygpoetry@gmail, we can arrange working that out. I'll work it up into something on, make it pretty, and I can get it sent out to you. I did the same thing for Red Seal Coffee. I don't make art. I mean, it's art, kinda. It's poetry. I do writing. So I take prompts from chat and I write short poems in like 10 to 15 minutes and then do readbacks with everybody. And in the meantime, while I'm writing, I stop to talk and chat and answer questions and stuff. But I just write little poems and then do readbacks. Okay, sounds good. I'll watch for the email, Pizza Dave. That would be so cool. Yeah, absolutely. It's a kind of art, but not the kind of art people think of when you say art. I do little stupid drawings. Like, I drew a drawing of Bob Ross painting some mountains. And that's about the extent of my artistic ability. I don't know what that means, Ahmed. If you die, you completed life. Yeah. Hey, Steve, you too. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you. Is that a poetry prompt, Foxfire? It is now. But I'll finish the one that I'm working on right now, and then that's the first prompt I've gotten on stream tonight. So I'm going to finish the one that I'm working on, and then I will get started on that one. So you have about 10 to 15 minutes, and then I'll be working on that one. Yeah, that's essentially what I end up doing, Victoria. Um, okay, Ahmed, I'm gonna time you out for a minute, buddy. I don't know what narrative you are having, but I'm just gonna put you in a short little timeout to think about what you're doing, because it doesn't help anybody here. You are perfectly reasonable to leave the channel if that's too offensive to you, but yeah, I don't care for the fantasy narrative that you're telling about Duolingo attacking you in your home. Like, get that shit out of here. Hey, bro, keep living a great life. I respect you. Thank you, Wizard of the West. I'm doing my best to do my best. I have many quotes. Well, I'll do my best to write poems about them. So if you want to put prompts in chat, I do ask that you try to keep it like from spamming. Like, you can have a couple that you have that you want to get written, but if you write the word prompt in all caps, and then I will identify it when I scroll through chat. When I'm streaming from my phone for this session, so I don't have access to my chat monitor like I do when I'm streaming on my main setup. So it's hard for me to scroll up and find chats. Oh. But yeah, you can post a few. Like, I keep a list off out of my notebook of the prompts that I have that I am keeping track of, and then who gave them to me. So feel free to post like a few if you'd like. Don't sit there and like spam like 5 or 6 or 7 in a row, please. I'm not gonna get to that many, and I'm gonna do different people's prompts. Hey, Bird Ninja, how's it going? Oh, I never forget. That is one of the... Okay, since Wizard of the West is here, is it Toke? Am I saying that correctly? Hey, T.A. Smith, how's it going? And Luigi. Am I saying that right? Luigi? Hope you're having a good evening. I'm doing good. The only disability in life is a bad attitude. Well, that's just fucking not true, but okay. Kind of a bleh day, but it's going. Yeah, I feel that. Okay, so like this Luigi, like what's happening right now is gonna earn you a pretty quick timeout if you're having just a bunch of one-word messages. And you're the only one making them in the chat, so just cool it on that, please. I appreciate the engagement, and like I'm all for having like an actual conversation, but if you're just doing what you're doing right here, please refrain. Nathaniel, you're asking me to give you a quote, or are you asking Foxfire for some one of their mini quotes? Hey, Defeat Lust, welcome back. It's good to see your username. How have you been? I mean, if you don't think I'm being nice, Luigi, then you're welcome to just swipe on. Like, I appreciate your engagement, and I felt like I was being very respectful when I asked you to change your behavior, and I don't feel like I overstepped a single boundary. You can think whatever you do. That's fine with me. It's no skin off my nose. Hey, Beryl. I appreciate everybody. Good to see you. Oh, well, if you're only 4, that's easy to fix. We can figure that out right now. There we go. I've got my channel flagged for no kids, so I fixed the problem. Bye, Luigi. Oh, that's awesome, Defeatless. Thank you. Take it easy, Nathaniel. I appreciate you. I've got 2 quotes from you, Foxfire. If you want to post another one, I can add it to the list, but I'll probably take prompts from a few other people too. Oh, I appreciate you, Bridinja. I hope your night gets a little better than the bleh. Thank you for popping in. I appreciate it. I'm glad I got here while you're alive. I seem to always miss it, but I can't stay around long. I hope you know I'm always around, even if I miss your lives. I'm always late telling you good morning. I've kind of started posting them at random times in the day too, Beryl. They're not always good mornings anymore, so you have nothing to apologize for. I appreciate seeing your name pop up whenever it does. Thank you. Okay, so Foxfire, that is a very long prompt. I can boil that down or distill it down into, like, how would you present that in like 3 or 4 words instead? Because when I format these into my document, when I'm moving them over onto my laptop, I need the prompts to be like between 3 and 5 words to make them fit in the correct space. I think that is a good point or a good prompt, but it's a little bit long for what I want out of a prompt, I suppose. Yeah, that would be perfect. It's my neighbor. I see that you have gaming in your username, Foxfire. What gaming do you play? What's your game of choice? Hey, Isaiah. Good to see you. Good to see you. Mother of Nerdlings, welcome. Good to see you too. I make edits now, and I'm planning on making more videos. That's awesome. That's very cool. Editing is something that I've started doing since I started the channel, and it's been a lot of fun, like learning and growing. There's a lot of things that I don't know about editing, but it's a lot of fun, like focusing on one thing to try to practice going forward in the videos, and that's super cool. How have you been, Isaiah? Good to see your name again. Planning on going back to vet school. That's awesome. I can check the channel out after stream if I want. Yeah. I'll put it down on my little list. Foxfire. I don't watch a lot of gaming content on YouTube, but I will always check out other channels. That's awesome. I'm glad that you got the help, Isaiah. That's a good thing. When do you start going back to vet school? Hey, Amber Rose. Good to see you. Welcome back. I hope you're having a good night. The fuck, guy. There's a lot more people in the campground than normal for this time of year because of the wildfire. It's got everybody displaced, so there's a bunch of seasonal employees and stuff here. People are being loud. Well, that's good. It sounds like something that can be planned for. That's a good goal to have for yourself. I'm happy that you have that. Do you have epilepsy or sensitive hearing? I don't have epilepsy. It depends on the sound as far as hearing. Like certain sounds bother me a lot more than other sounds. But mostly present when I like dual audio, and when there's only a single source of audio, I tend to like key into it. Like right now, I don't have any ambient like key audio for my brain to focus on, so I'm scanning all of the little sounds around me and like tuned into them. But is that for your edits? Your edits are very like quick, cutty. Yeah, there's loud sounds in some of my videos. Oh, that's fine. I don't watch videos with headphones in most of the time, so it's usually like when I'm falling asleep is when I'll put on gaming content or that kind of stuff. My cousin is taking a cruise to Alaska at some point. That sounds fun. I wonder if it's on like Holland or what's the other big one? Like Norwegian cruises? Viking cruises? I think it's Viking. It's like Princess Holland, which I think is Princess now, and then Viking. 2 nights in a row. I know, we're getting back to normal, Supergirl. Good to see you, good to see you. There was a long time when I first like started doing the streams where it was Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. Those were my stream nights, and I think I'm going to start doing it more often, like as I can. My schedule's getting back to something reasonable. Like the wildfires have kind of died down. The projects are getting pretty well wrapped up. The last couple of months have been kind of nuts, but I should be back to a fairly normal streaming schedule as the year goes on. That's going to be time 26. Okay, that one was 24 minutes, but we did a lot of talking to chat and policing chat a little bit, so that definitely didn't do us any favors. But the first poem of the stream is Back to Normal. That's the prompt. Staff of the Crystal Serpent, you're just in time. This is a poetry prompt stream, so I take prompts from chat. I take about 10 to 15 minutes and I write a short poem about it, and then I do a read back and see where I've landed. I just finished the first prompt of the evening. This is Back to Normal, a prompt from me, and I wrote this poem in 23 minutes and 37 seconds. I've heard it said this world's going crazy. The TVs have told me so. Workforce is falling apart because I'm too lazy. This is the world I've come to know. Blamed for the failures of yesterday, left with the mess of generations past. Not a thing in the universe I could say. My normal is always putting myself last. Working away my years, a part in the machine, trying to satisfy a hunger never full, medicated with the thought of a dream. I keep hearing it's insane, while it becomes my new normal. I have to do my mental health therapy if I make it back to say goodnight. If not, goodnight, and thank you for helping me on my journey. I appreciate it, Isaiah. Good luck with your mental health therapy. Not my thing, but much luck and love to you, brother. I appreciate you, staff. Have a good evening. Thanks for stopping by. Okay, now we're moving on to the next prompt, which is Dying is Completing Life for Foxfire. We'll start this one, we'll call it 2855. That's how it feels a lot of the times, Amber Rose. Yep. That was almost a line. I think I scribbled out part of that. Yeah. Medicated with the thought of the American dream was what the original line was, but I went with the thought of a dream because I don't think it's unique to the American culture, but the American dream does have that like stereotype associated with it. I think if I do a short edit, I might use the American version better. Like the American dream flows a little better when you're reading it. Top Eyes TV. That is a prerogative that you are more than happy to have. I'm not a religious person, and I'm happy that there are people that have strength and find it in a religious sense. That's not my way. What has been your dreams to have? So I've answered that a few times on stream. I have a few dreams, but the one that I talk about a lot on stream is to be able to do what I love to do and make the world a better place by doing it. I would love to be able to do what I'm doing with writing and maybe content creation, but mostly with writing to make the world a better place and help people along the way and be able to make a living and do something meaningful with my life. I have a very high paying job, I have a very successful career, but I would quit tomorrow if I could make it sustainable to do what I'm doing right now. Like, I want the freedom to be able to, like, go be closer to my parents, go live with or be around them, write about the things that have impacted me, write about the things that have hurt me, bring light to the things that people don't talk about, maybe open up lines of conversation. Technical writer. I'm not really a technical writer. I'm not sure if I understand the term correctly, Like, most of my writing is more towards the creative. Like, I write a lot of poetry, I write a lot of non-fantasy fiction, like that kind of stuff. My creative or written communications was one of the classes that I took in college, and it was not a super like strong point for me. Not everybody understands things the same way that I understand them, and if I'm not reading the words, like with my poetry, I have the unique expression of like I know how it's written and I know where I'm supposed to put the emphasis. Written communication or like technical writing like that, like instructions or guides are very like just what they are. There's no expression in them. I feel like that's always been like a really hard point of writing for me. But I do have a published book, like, and I'm making the effort to achieve my dream a little bit at a time. The poems that I write on stream get compiled into books. I've got the first one that I'm working on now, and then this is volume 2. So we'll be hopefully getting these starting to come out as the streams go on, as the channel gets a little bigger. Like, that's the dream. That's my dream right now. Being able to do what I love to do, make the world a better place, and make a living doing it would be an easy way to summarize it. I want to make a show, but I'm almost into 5th, so it'll be harder. Well, I think that I forget the creative's name, which is super shitty because it's a part of. I forget who it was, but he was a creative, and 80% of his work was completed in the last 7 years of his life, and it was from like 82 to 89 or 82 to 81. And like 7 years of his life is when he did all of his work. Like, I don't think it's ever too late. Like, if you can get someone to look at your screenplay, if you can get someone to look at your script, I think that that's the first step. You look like Beta from The Walking Dead, and that's cool. I just got here, by the way. I haven't seen The Walking Dead past season 1, episode like 4 or 5. Oh, I'm not sure I know that character. It's been a long time ago. I watched that when it first came out and didn't make it past that like 4th or 5th episode. I'm inspired by the show called Spooky Month. I don't know if I've seen that. Welcome in, Brisket. Good to see you. I like your username. Thanks, I subbed. It's chill here, and all the other streams are kids or pre-recorded. I appreciate the support. Yeah, I don't watch a lot of other live streams on YouTube, but I've had a lot of people pop in and say that this is a pretty chill place to hang out. There's a lot of people that have me on in the background and just kind of hang out for the evening. Hey, Jill. Welcome in, welcome in. It's good to see you again. Doing good. We're on the poem. I had like a minute poem, but I was policing chat a little bit, and there were a whole flood of people that were new. Oh, you don't have to worry about bringing the negative energy, Mother of Nerdlings. This is a good place to disperse it. Stan, I like New Fallout. Pretty goated, but I'm a New Vegas fan. As long as it's not 76, we can be friends. I think 76 is trash. I've also never played 76, but I've played a lot of 4. And 76 looks like 4 with a multiplayer mod, which I think is just a cash grab. He is retiring to Ryan Hurst. Not seen Sons of Anarchy either. I think Walking Dead and Sons of Anarchy were on the same one, if I remember correctly. I lived a lot of my life without having TV, and when those shows were TV while I was visiting family, we don't ever. Like New Vegas is the best, and then 3, and then 1 and 2, and then 4, and 76. I'm an only New Vegas fan. 4 felt really weird, and I didn't like it much. New Vegas has that cowboy vibe, but it also just feels apocalyptic. Fallout 3 feels dead and depressing, but it's still great. Yeah, Fallout 3 was where I started in the series. Thanks, Jill. Hanging out here always does lift me up. He says 4 and then New Vegas, but otherwise the same. Ah, man. 4 and then New Vegas. Like, 4 was... I played a lot of 4. Like, 4 is probably above... I don't know. 4 might be above 1 and 2 for me. Like, 4 had some great replayability, and the graphics were cool, and it was very big and exciting when it came out, but I think that nothing will ever replace New Vegas for me. Like, I have a New Vegas playthrough on my Xbox right now. Like, I can turn on my TV and, like, pull up my save file. No, so the thing about, like, 76, why we don't talk about 76 is because it's just Fallout 4 code with a multiplayer mod installed with, like, some extra code added. So in Fallout 4, when you reloaded one of the lever action rifles, there was a glitch where the bullet would, like, just phase through the gun and, like, it would look fucking weird. Fallout 76, same exact reload animation. Like, they used the same code. Want to know the names of the characters I've made so far? I must have missed a previous message. Yes, I would love to know the name of the characters. Let me scroll. I'm starting... Oh, okay, I can see. I'm starting by drawing the characters, then making drawings of them moving, so that's going to be a start. Yeah, that's a sweet place to start, having little animations. Yeah, that was when I lost interest in 76 entirely. It's like, oh yeah, the reload animation is the exact same failure, which means it's the same code. They just copy-pasted. And meh, I'm not interested in spending like big money on the same thing. And I think they made it like basically free for a while, trying to get people to play it. Hey, we don't need to talk about the glitches in New Vegas. The glitches in New Vegas make the game way better. Being able to fly with nothing but a revolver, we're good. Don't mess with my New Vegas. My friend ignored me because he would ignore me to play. Serial designation. Axel. Okay. Interesting. Yeah. Yeah, no, the glitches in New Vegas are perfect. We don't mess with those. It's a charm of the era. We can't fix them. We can't. It would break the game to fix the game. I'm trying to self-destruct the Brother to Steel because they attack me on sight. Yeah, that sounds about right. New Vegas is the Skate 3 of RPGs. uh, let's see. Skate 3 was like pretty popular, right? Like what is the context that I'm missing there? Is it like the one that everybody says is their favorite? I'm not super in on like the differences in the skate games. I could be missing some key context there. Be right back. Okay, we'll see you when you get back. I might have to go patch my vent. It is flapping in the wind. Skate 3 was a very buggy game. Ah, okay. Gotcha. Akio. No, I'm good. But I said your name, which it seems like that might be all you need. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate your engagement. NCR route has been so fun and rewarding, but I hear about independent career and it sounds interesting. So after NCR, I'll make a new save to do independent. Yeah. The speed runs of New Vegas are super fun. All I know right now is the T60 armor. Yeah. On the show, have you watched the Fallout show that's on Prime? I think they did a really good job on the armor. Hey, Bird, welcome back. And that's time. 48:20. Okay, so this is 19 minutes and 25 seconds. We're getting a lot of talking in today. Chat's being really good. Mushy Millen, the Legion had so much interesting cut content. There were a lot of, I haven't actually seen the full expose of all the content they had to cut, but I know there was some interesting Caesar things that just got like blanketed over with the finished game. So this is a poem from Foxfire Gaming for the prompt. The prompt was "Dying is completing life." And those of you that have been on the channel for a while know that I write a lot of poetry, and I have a unique affiliation with death and the way that I view it and think about it. So I tried to take this poem in more of an uplifting line than I might normally. Yeah, dying is completing life, 19 minutes and 25 seconds. My quarters were in the machine before I knew. No instructions, terrible controls, and a conscience. Forced to keep playing, my character grew. Make the most of every session. You can't go back to levels missed. I spent some time looking for a reason, racked up debuffs known as trauma, found enjoyment in creation, even out of season. Every time I thought I was on my last sentence, saved by a comma. I know the end will come. After that comma, they'll call me a fighter, blazing a trail all the way from where I'm from. Completing life isn't optional, so I will pull another all-nighter. There's kind of a lot intermingled there, but I remember being a kid and trying to make the most out of every time you got to like go over to a friend's house or they had a cool video game that you didn't have. You guys would just stay up and play all night trying to make the most out of your time. And yeah, I took like an arcade aesthetic in the beginning. and then kind of looped it into that, making the best out of it. Thank you for the prompt, Foxroy Gaming. It also sucks that if you free Benny from Caesar's tent, he vanishes forever. Yeah, it's not even like satisfying. It's just like gets to the gates and is gone too. Or it might even be on the trail down to the gate. Yeah, I always found that pretty shitty. I always give him the hotel room treatment myself. Unless I'm on like doing a full evil playthrough, then it's just right in the casino room. Oh, let's see. Are there any prompts that I've missed? Foxford Gaming says no problem. Yeah. Appreciate the prompt. I hope that I did it justice. Serial designation. Is that a character's name? Or is that Axel? I might not be understanding the description. Serial designation A. Characters. Okay, gotcha. He was originally meant to come back and attack you out of nowhere. That would have been better, but it's a bit dumb that he would attempt to take out the courier after seeing him wipe out the Legion. Yeah, that's like the same vibe as the Skyrim bandits that watch you eat a dragon's soul and then like, we're gonna mug that guy. Let's go mug. Yeah, the one that just, yeah, ripped a dragon's soul out and absorbed it. Let's go rob that guy. Yeah. That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, let's go. And then they just go, like, make that make sense, Bethesda. Make it make sense. Can you imagine being like a self-aware NPC, like in a game like that, and you know that that's what you have to do? You spawn in and you see it happen, and like you're self-aware. You're like, oh, like I shouldn't be doing this, and you can just like feel your compatriots. I think they did this on what's the name of the show? It's not even a show. Oh, the YouTube channel. Viva La Dirt League, I think it is. They do a lot of like gaming spoof, like cosplay content. Not cosplay content, but like comedy game stuff. They did that as like one of their skits, and it was really funny to me. Serial designation Asher is the full thing. Okay, all right. Is serial designation something that is unique? Or is that one character? Like serial designation is something that every character is going to have at the beginning of their name. It's like that's their code, like serial designation and then their name after that, or is like serial designation a unique character? Sorry if that might have been confusing. Damn, that guy just ate a god's heart and drank his tears. Let's rob his ass. Yeah, exactly. It's the same energy. That's all I've made. Okay, gotcha. I still don't know if I understand if that's one character or if that's 3 different characters, but... Does anybody remember if I've written the poem for Soulless about should I save every stray? I feel like I've already written it, and it has a check mark next to it on my prompt list, but it's not in this book. And this is the book that I was writing in the last time I was doing prompts in the camper. Yeah, this one's blank. So this one's empty. I did, okay. Yeah, it has a check mark next to it, but it wasn't in this book, and I can't remember the poem, which is annoying to me. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I haven't streamed from the camper in a hot second. Thank you, Bird Ninja. Well, that means I've got another Foxfire Gaming prompt. I don't agree with this prompt, but I will do my best to make a poem out of it. Having been around people that do have life-altering disabilities makes me, I have a lot of contempt for this quote, but I will do my best to push through and see what I can create. And that's not to say that it's your fault at all. Like, no, I appreciate it. It's a good exercise for me. It is a good creative writing thing for me to try to take something that I would scoff at, and I think I did when you first posted it in stream. I said, that's not fucking true, but it's a good creative exercise for me. So I'm not talking shit to your prompt. I appreciate it, and I'm thankful that you posted it. I'll start this one. We'll call it 5727. Yeah, 28. It's easier to do math with my smooth brain. So this prompt is: the only disability in life is a bad attitude. We'll see how long this one takes. Fireweed, that's a good one. I've made 6 characters but no names. Is naming something that you have a hard time with, or you just haven't like come up with a scheme for them? Do the names go together? Are they standalones? What's the setting? Is there a common naming scheme that can be used across like raced characters? Are your characters different races? Do they have different backgrounds? So like one of the cities in my D&D world, they have a naming agenda. They have a naming scheme for the whole country. So like their citizens will have double N's, double K's, double C's, double consonants that have a hard sound, like R's, K's, N's. And you can pick out one of their citizens just by how they pronounce their name, because of that's how they do it. All these questions just prove that you're a DM. Brisket says, I'm going to head out, might be back. This was fun, man. I love poetry. I hope you have a nice stream and a nice night. Thank you for stopping in, Brisket. I'll be here for another hour and a half or so. So maybe we'll see you back. If not, take care. Sci-fi horror comedy. Okay. So that's a setting. And then for your characters that we need names for, are any of them linked, or any of them alike? Are they separated by these cultural boundaries? Are they going to have different kinds of names? Is it going to be like Jim, Bob, and Joe? Could that be 3 of them? Are they 3 guys from the same town. They were roommates at an office job where they all kind of did together, and it made them unique because they could like amalgam into each other to make like a 3-person working construct thing. If it's a sci-fi, that could be weird. Okay. Well, that's good. I think that would be a first step to, I mean, I'm not trying to like tell you how to make names, but identifying ones that are going to be alike. Like serial designation gave that impression. It's like, what's your name? It's like they could be referring to their serial number, or like maybe they think their names is who inspected them, like their QA number. You know, like how you get like an electronic or something from the factory, it'll say inspected by and then have a name or a number. That could be like what they get their names from. I don't know how intelligent or what level of self-awareness they have, but that would be kind of funny. It's done really well in, what's the name of that show? Almost Human? I think that's the name of the show. It's like an old, I want to say Hulu exclusive that only made it to 1 season because it kind of bombed, but I liked that show. Oh, gotcha. How do I say your name? It looks like wee woo to me, but no, I'm not single. Now I want to make the wee woo sounds. Wee woo, wee woo, wee woo. I'm in danger. Yeah, wee woo. How would you pronounce W-I-W? What am I doing wrong? I'm not saying wee wow. That's how I would say that. Wee woo. Wee woo? I don't see it. I don't understand what I'm doing wrong. Wee wee? My brain is melting. I'm right there with you, Amber Rose. Oh, we got limoncello again. Yuck. Let's play flavor roulette. All right, cool. We got hibiscus. Ooh, that was probably really loud. Sorry, everybody. I didn't think about that. I was holding it away from my face, but I put it right next to the microphone. That's not the ASMR that you came here for. Thank you, everybody, for the likes. I see them coming in on stream. Appreciate y'all. Did I say y'all? You all? Bird Ninja, I have a Texas complaint. Wee wee. Oh, I want to do the French chef noises. The rat stopped stealing the cheese just to read the message. I don't understand that message at all, Foxfire, I'm not going to lie. Why are you coming at me with your Texas complaint? I don't live there. I don't know. You have contacts. I mean, they do call it a rat race. They don't call it a mouse race. It's something to think about. That's loud. Squeak, squeak. Damn, the plane goes by and the train rolls through all at the same time. I'm casually killing players in a game while keeping a straight face. If you had glee on your face while killing players in a game, would that be more concerning? Or is it more concerning that it's monotonous? This is just my day job. Sorry. We can sell the bit. I wonder if I did a whole stream like that, if people would still tune in just to find out what I'm playing, and it's just nothing. I'm just staring at the camera the whole time. That would drive me insane. Clickety-clackety, that's the best way to be. I also am a clickety-clacky gamer. And a Switch gamer, and an Xbox gamer, and a PS5 gamer, and a phone gamer, because games are games, and you should play the ones you like. I know I've committed a cardinal sin in the gaming community, but I mostly play a card game. So, hey Trey, good to see you, good to see you. Welcome in. I've been missing out lately. The streams have kind of been all over the place lately, Trey. Like, seriously. The last couple weeks have been really nuts with me, with work and just my schedule in general, so they haven't been super consistent. It's been a good one tonight, though. Tuesday's usually my, like, lowest performing night, and it's been busy and popping off basically since I went live, so it's been a lot of fun. $74.03. Okay, I got a little sauce and a little lost in the sauce here, but so talking about how Texas is still better than Alaska, we had a hurricane. Hey, I just had a complaint to file with Texas not too long ago. I'm glad you showed up, Trey. They must have heard me talking and sent you as the representative. Let's see. I don't remember what it was now. I just scrolled up to see if I could remind myself, and I don't remember what the hell it was. I did remember saying I have a Texas complaint. You seem like a cool guy. I'd hang with you in real life for real. That's a lot of for reals there, Wizard of the West. I appreciate you. I mean, I'm a cool guy to hang out with. What is this? That's quite the username there, mister. I'm just a big nerd, man. In real life, when I get off work, I'm trying to find someone to play Magic with. Like, I play Magic so much, I started another channel so I can make Magic content because I feel like I want to do that too. Okay, back to this poem. 16 minutes and some seconds. Nerd. Yeah, I play D&D, I play Magic, I play Warhammer. Well, I don't play Warhammer, but I collect the minis and tell myself I'm going to play someday. I have yet to play a game, but I do have an army. It's not painted. It's a work in progress. We should play. I have a bunch of decks. Magic the Gathering is mad dope. Well, I'm not going to give you a shout out, mister. That was the shout out you're going to get. So if that's the only reason you're here, I appreciate the hustle, but I'm not going to give you what you want, buddy. If you want to see me on my Magic channel, it is Basic Landwalk. That's the name of the channel. It's very new. I just posted the first videos to it over the weekend. I mean, you can post again if you want. I appreciate the engagement. I'm not giving you a... there we go. Perfect. You can't piss off the bird ninja. Well, bam, that's 1 minute to think about what you did, friend. This prompt is: the only disability in life is a bad attitude. I wrote this poem in 16 minutes and some seconds that are too hard for my brain to math right now. The ending, it kind of falls apart. First 2 stanzas, very good. The ending, my brain was struggling, so I apologize ahead of time. Caw-caw! Yeah, don't you know birds eat dogs? Some of the happiest people I've ever met have never known the use of their legs. With life being nothing but difficult, even yet, they're never the one that cries out, "Woe is me," or begs. We look at them and we see a constant war, always a smile on their face, even chair-bound with hearts that soar, and infectious laughter with no interest in our rat race. With so many people becoming influencers, chasing dreams, it's hard to see who they really are anymore. So consumed by what's in the latest scenes, losing sight of who they were before. The ending doesn't really, I don't know. It ties in my brain when I read it back, but it definitely like changes gears. So hopefully I did that justice. It was where my brain went with it. My dad struggles with disability, Foxfire. So like, my dad's fully disabled, and his attitude is definitely not helping him, but he has a bad attitude because of his physical incapabilities that he used to have. So, even a good attitude can't fix the fact that your hands and feet don't work. Like, you can have the best attitude in the world about it, but it's just a fact. So that's where my immediate contempt for that prompt comes from, a very personal place. So I hope that wasn't offensive. It was not intended to be. Okay, fireweed. Thanks, Trey. Oh. Man, with how clear I can hear people while I'm sitting in my camper, it makes me wonder how many of my neighbors that can just like hear my stream and just like don't want anything to do with it, and I'm like keeping them awake. No one has said anything to me yet, so live and let live, I suppose. Let's see, 79, we'll call it 50. I have a girl in our youth group. Her dad got paralyzed working on the railroad. She says he has a lot of resentment and anger from the accident. Yeah. I imagine like that. I can't imagine losing a physical capacity of my body. Like I have nothing but admiration for the people that experience that and like continue on. It's like I get the whole like, what am I supposed to do mentality? Like this is what I have to do. But like they're stronger. Like they're stronger than anyone gives them credit for, I think. So my dad has lost, he still moves around, he still walks, but he's got it's a hereditary form of tendonitis. It's called Dupuytren's contractures, and from what I understand, with modern medicine, like today, if I went in and they're like, hey, you have this, they could give me a steroid shot in my tendon and it would go away. Like it would just, it's completely reversible at this point in medicine. But when he was 19, 20, when he started getting the symptoms and like the effects of it, it wasn't a thing that they had any cure for. And it's too far along now to do anything about. But what happens is the tendons, from what I understand, the tendons start to like bundle up and twist and develop these big like growths on them. And as that happens, your hands start to become pulled shorter. So like my dad's hands, like his right hand, these two fingers are like twisted together and curled into his palm. So he's like this, and then this finger is all the way straight but locked at like a 45-degree angle, and he does everything that he grabs with these two fingers because this is all he has in his right hand. He can do like this. And I remember him getting to the point where he was so pissed off because this gap right here got to the point where he couldn't put a beer bottle through it anymore. He was mad because it became an arduous thing. His left hand, this pinky is like straight out like this, and these fingers are like curled in. So he does everything between his thumb and this finger on the other hand. So he's like doing this shit. Like that's all he has. And he has it in both feet too. And what happens on your feet is they curl up, and you get a lot of really sore. You can't put any weight on it. It feels like someone's driving a knife into the bottom of your foot. He's had surgery on both hands and both feet multiple times, and it gives you like 6 months of relief. Like you have motion again. It takes like 2 months to heal, and then in 6 months after that, you're basically back to where you were with the way he is. Like drinking doesn't help. It actually exacerbates it and makes it worse. Like it's just not a good combination. So, yeah, and he was a tinkerer. Like that was the thing that really sucked like his mental, because he likes to work on small engines and he likes to take things apart and see how they work and put them together. Definitely not autistic. Doesn't have autism. It's not where I got it from. No. Yeah, that's some of the hardest things for him. I remember him trying to teach me how to do something, and he wants to take it away and do it himself. And he tried and gets to a point where he can't make his hands do what he wants them to do. And being somebody who's used to being able to be the fixer and fix things and repair stuff, like mechanic, tinkerer, like he loves that kind of shit. He loves working on things, and getting to the point where he can't hold his tools, and it's just kind of deflated him. And it sucks. It just sucks. It is what it is. Yeah, no, of course, Amber. Like I've talked about my dad a little bit on stream before too, and like, yeah, I have a relationship that's kind of hard to manage. Because, hey, man, welcome. He is a person that just doesn't want help. He's a person that is happy existing and just wants to keep doing what he likes to do, whether it's to his own detriment or not. And it's hard to be around. Like, I love my dad to death. But you can't help somebody that doesn't really want to help themselves. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly, Joe. That's what it was for a long time. Just make it numb. You don't have to think about it if you can't feel it. How's your night going, man? It's good to see you in the chat. Good, thanks. Been a while since I've been here. How's the poetry going? It's been good. The stream's been really good, actually. We've got a few really good prompts. Got a few new people in chat. Got some prompts from them. That's been a lot of fun. We had a good talk about Fallout. We had a good talk about, well, I had to police chat a little bit in the beginning, but there were people that were just being all kinds of heinous. And then it turned out they were kids, so I just banned them. Easy peasy. I think some of the poems have been really good. I think they've been very satisfying to be the writer of. It's always the kids. Yeah, it's nice when they just admit it in chat. It's like, oh, I'm only 4 years old. It's like, oh, okay, well, you're banned. I have my channel flagged for no kids. I'm sorry. I understand there's a lot of channels. I didn't even know you could pre-record a live stream. Like, I could sit here and write poetry and talk to camera and just post it as a pre-recorded thing that's live. Why the fuck would people do that? Like, what is the purpose of that? Isn't the point of a live to be live and be interacting with people? Like, what the? I don't understand it. Like, I honestly don't understand it. Is it just to get people to like scrolling in the shorts feed and find your content and like want to do what? If they chat with you, you don't engage because it's pre-recorded. Like, so there's a lot of people that just roll through stream and they want me to. No, not premiering a video. Like, there's an option to post a live stream and then select a video like from my phone. Like, I could just go live and post a pre-recorded video that I'd already made. Like, premiering a video is watching it with chat, right? Is that how that works on YouTube? Like, set it as an instant premiere or something? Yeah. I don't know. Like, I didn't really think about it, but somebody came into chat and said they've been going through streams tonight and found I'm the first one they found that it was somebody that was actually there. It wasn't a pre-recorded stream. And it's like, why the fuck would people do that? That doesn't make any sense to me. I think one of the biggest benefits of being live is interacting with people. Like, I'm here doing this right now because I want to talk to the community that I'm trying to make. Like, I'm I don't know. If I didn't want to do that, I would just make YouTube videos and post them. Like, I could just turn all the lights off and write in my little book in the dark. It would be just... There, that's... Somebody's going to clip that, I'm sure, but... The Tinkerer, the man and his projects. That's a good one. Thank you for that prompt, Jill. I've got it on the list. And that's time 95:01. Okay, so this one's going to be 15 minutes and 11 seconds. And this is Fireweed for Bird Ninja. I really, really like how this one came together, so I'll try to read it and do it justice. Beauty paints the hills in pink, where forests once stood. Now flowers dance on burnt husks, fire being the missing link between the destruction and the good. I don't know if it's the ash or coal that makes these flowers grow. My mother told me they were the tree's soul, and I'm content if that's all I ever know. Somewhere a picture exists of me, face poking out of the leaves. They were twice as tall as me. I must have been 3, standing in a forest, born again as fireweeds. I remember that picture. There's a picture that was on our fridge for a super long time, and the fireweed was probably like 5 or 6 feet tall. I mean, it was what it felt like. And if you look at the picture, it looks like it's just fireweed. And then in the middle, it's just my little face, like my little kid face sticking out from between some of the stalks. Thank you for that memory, Bird Ninja. I liked that a lot. Yeah, yeah. Have you picked any? Have you made any fireweed salads yet this year? Or just for the chickens? Just for the chickens. They love it. Yeah, they do. Absolutely. Let's see, 97. I find it a lot easier to do writing, like actually writing in the book when I'm streaming from the phone. I have a much harder time doing the poetry streams when it's like my full computer setup. I don't know if it's because I'm more focused. I don't know if this is just like where I feel comfortable, like in the camper or the little desk at home. I'm not sure, but I'm just identifying that since I've rearranged the office and I've set up like the proper streaming area. This is just comfortable. Like I enjoy this a lot. This has been a very, very good stream. Like just all around, it's felt really good. I need to plug in my phone though. Twisty, come through. Plug in. There we go. Okay, you guys are charging. I'm going to take a quick breather. We'll do a be right back expose here. Turn this off. We'll put this front and centered. I just got up and moved around, and I've got to take a break. I'll be right back. I'll be right back, everybody. I'm going to put a ramen bowl in the microwave for myself. I haven't eaten yet, and it's starting to catch up to me. Oh, remember to put water in your ramen, everybody. Remember to put water. Otherwise, it was about to get real smoky in here. Has anybody ever done that? Make a bowl of ramen, get distracted, or a packet of ramen, put it in the microwave without putting the water in? I have, but it's been a long time. Okay, we're back. Let's see how many people I lost along the way. That's okay. It's the friends we made along the way that count. Thank you all for sticking in. Oh, I don't know why I'm trying to get super comfy. I'm going to get right back up again in 5 minutes. When I was little, I put ramen in the toaster. Okay. So I used to use a ramen packet as slices of bread to make like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. You just crack the packet in half, and my poverty growing person, I would put the seasoning packet on and then put peanut butter over the top of it and then jelly, and I would eat it like a sandwich. I did that as an adult all the way up until like last year. I think the last one I made was last year sometime. That used to be one of my my guilty I'm drunk and hungry snacks. I'm not going to turn the light back on. It didn't work. I imagine it probably burned it. You've never done that, Bird Ninja? I think I made Cody eat one with me at one point at the house, because I think, I'm sorry, whoops. I think I made somebody at the house eat one with me, because they were interested in one. It might have been other. Yeah, it was strange. It was Corvette that I made do that with me. Yeah, I was making one. I just went over to the cupboard and cracked a ramen packet open and started putting peanut butter on it. And I walked into the kitchen and goes, "What are you making?" It's like, "A sandwich. Would you like one?" I goes, "No, but kinda yeah." So I made 2 of them. They're not like bad. I don't know. They're probably terrible to people that have never eaten them like that, but I used to eat them like that on purpose. I like them. If you make it in the morning, the jelly kind of makes the noodle like soften up as the day goes on, so it's not quite so crunchy, that's mint. Those are perfect. Definitely a prison thing. All right. That's the like the Cheetos bag ramen in it. Making an in-house hot pocket. Let's see, 106. That makes sense. Ramen is one of the easy commodities. Peanut butter and tuna. Huh. I haven't tried that. But peanut butter and jelly, that's the good stuff. I guess tuna is your protein, so is your peanut butter. You got to get those gains. Soft jelly ramen. Exactly. That might sound good to make. But right now, it's a pork broth tonkatsu ramen from Costco. 106.55. Bam, bam. I need to start doing. I don't need to start doing. I recently went down the rabbit hole. Wow, I recently went down. I can talk. I recently went down the rabbit hole of like nighttime, like quiet time, like sleep streams, kind of. And I don't know if it's interesting to anybody but me, but there's like a whole culture of like sleep streaming. And I thought it was like actually not allowed. That was Twitch that it wasn't allowed on for quite a while. But they have since reversed that decision, and the only thing that would make it difficult is you're still responsible for what happens in chat. So it has to be moderated like at all times. There has to be a mod in chat, which on like the big channels that have a bunch of mods, that's probably not an issue. But YouTube doesn't have that stipulation. You are still responsible for what happens in chat, but you can just put things on like the auto filter or like that kind of stuff. I would probably still want to have somebody mod it, but it's kind of interesting to me. Yeah, you need a mod squad. That's good. I need to get one of those. I've got the general. Caca. And then Speedy Boy usually pops in. I don't know if Speedy Boy lurks. I think Speedy Boy does quite a bit of lurking. And I haven't seen Bungie Donut in quite a while. Like I haven't seen Bungie in like probably over a month and a half or so. So I should probably reach out to them. I know Nightman was asking about it, but I haven't seen Nightman in stream since then. So that's exactly why I don't want to just mod people immediately. I haven't seen Ange since the last post. I think in the Discord was the last place I saw Ange. But yeah, I haven't seen her in stream recently. I don't know if they were having... I think she said they were still having some power problems or intermittent power, if the fires were changing directions. Yeah, I remember that. So I'm not sure. I'll have to try to reach out on Discord maybe if she has phone service. You're my sleep stream. I appreciate that, Amber. Thank you. I've been told I have a face for radio before, but I've had a lot more people this go around of streaming say that my voice is very soothing and calming, which feels good. I'm glad that people like it. I hate it. I hate the way my voice sounds when it's recorded. But Hey, Trey, have a good one. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you get some good sleep. I'll see you in the next one. Being so loud, you're almost empty. That doesn't make any sense. Okay, to the next filter. Let's play flavor roulette. And it's a limoncello. I went and screwed around and gave myself a word that's hard to rhyme with. We figured it out. This is Jill's prompt, The Tinkerer, or A Man and His Projects. I wrote this poem in 10 minutes and 27 seconds. 17 seconds. 10 minutes and some change. Walter's kids called you Mr. Fix-It. I just call you Dad. Not a tool you didn't own or you'd source it. This was before your hands got bad. Now I'm sit non-running. You know what's wrong and how to do it, but your tools have taken to shunning. They won't stay in your grip, not even for a minute, or your machines, doomed to live a caged bird's life. But I know that broken body is more than it seems. Hey, Anne. And now other Anne shows up. Good to see you. Thank you for that prompt, Jill. I like how that one came out. I didn't realize what time it was. It's already 7:10. Oh, thank you. Time to get some food and unwind. I know it's got to wait for those of you on the East Coast to approve. I'll have to read it to him. Maybe I'll make that one into a video and send him or something. I'd call him and read it to him, but I'm on the phone with you guys. So maybe I'll do that after. I've got to make sure he's in a good reception spot because cell service is the greatest where he stays, and there's no landline or anything. So got to kind of plan for that. But yeah, we're having the dinner of champions. Tonkatsu ramen. If the bowl is too hot, you use the last tonkatsu ramen. And it's like a little holder. I need to clean my camper very badly. I haven't been down here in like a week and a half, so I've been driving back. When I worked down, I was using the loaner truck. I had to drive back to town at the end of my shift, and it ended up being a lot of driving. But they got my truck put back together, so now I'm back in the camper. Oh, sorry. I'm not trying to shake the table so much. Sorry about that. But yeah, I think that the stream has gone really well. We had a lot of new people show up, and it's good to see all the regulars. I appreciate you all being here. If you like what I do and want to support the content in some way, I have a book published. It's posted on my channel page. I am on my phone, or I would link it, but I don't know if there's still a mod or if Burden's is still here. If you could, that's cool. If not, it's not a big deal. I think the people that are here know that it's there anyway. And I am the only thing holding me back from the prompt book getting published is I haven't bought the ISBNs and I haven't bought the barcodes yet, which that'll be happening this Friday as soon as my paycheck hits. I'm planning on buying a bundle of those ISBNs. Thank you, Bird. Yeah, my normal stream schedule is 9 p.m. to 9 p.m. EST is when I go live, and then I stream for 2 hours. So just from 5 to 7 for me, a little bit before. But I'm gonna start doing some longer segments. I'd like to start doing some morning streams on like Sunday morning or something like that. So I did that this week, and I connected with some of the audience from Europe, and that was really cool, being able to hang out with that side. So if you get just one of the ISBNs, it's a lot more expensive. So I'm going to be buying a 10-pack, which makes it a lot more reasonable. But one ISBN is like $130, and if you buy them as a 10-pack, they're down to like $30 a piece. But you have to get 10 at a time. But it's an easy thing for me to get hung up on, and I wasn't saying that to try to get people to feel bad, or that's something that's holding me back from doing it. I had some of my own expenses come up, so dealing with that before the book, and then the book is pending. I've got to do cover art and figure out about page art. I don't know if I'm going to end up doing page art for this first one. We'll see how that goes over, and it'll be cool to see the improvement as time goes on, like they really come together. I really want to develop the formula for them, because once I have the formula in place, it'll be just following the steps, whereas I'm still kind of like bumbling through the process for this first one. And getting the formula figured out and getting that put into place will be a big relief and make the next ones be easier in the future. So that's on the agenda, and that should be coming out hopefully in the next month. Be able to get that pushed out and purchasable for people that want to support the channel. But what do you mean formula? So like the process of writing the books. So like right now I've got writing poems on stream. And then I have to move the poems to computer. And then I have to format and edit. Book. So I guess I'm kind of doing it now, but this is just a super baseline. Do the cover and art. But this is terrible handwriting because I'm bad at this, but it starts with me writing the poems on stream. And after the poems are written, I have to move them from my notebook onto my computer. Once they're on my computer, I have to format them all and put them into what looks like it could pass as a book. Then I've got to do cover and art. And then once I have the cover and art done, there's printing and selling them. But there's more in depth to that. But once I set up a formula of like, okay, I'm on this step of this process, and then I need to go in all of these like building points and give myself what needs to happen. Because once I have that established, I can offload or get help or have some assistance. If people can come in and help me and I have this guideline to follow, that would make it a lot easier to do the back ends. Like actually moving poems from my notebook to my computer takes a long time. Each one takes me like 3 to 5 minutes of just like looking over and typing. I'm not like the best typer, and I'm also editing as I'm going. So if like that part takes time. And I've gotten to the point now where I'm mostly caught up, where I'm doing it after stream. Like I'll end stream and go open my laptop. I'll move the poems from today into my computer. And as long as I can keep that happening, it flows a lot better. But if I slack off or I haven't done that in a while, then I end up with like 40 or 50, 60 poems to move into my computer, and it just becomes this like, oh, I don't want to do that. Like I want to, but it's so boring to me to like retype what I've already written, and I have a hard time being focused on it. It's hard to stay motivated, and like that's the part that I struggle with. I want to write the poem and then just make it turn into a book with magic. Like I don't want to actually do the work required to make it into a book. I do. It's super fun in the end, seeing the product. The process needs to be better refined. I'd rather work on the foundation than keep doing what I'm doing. But yeah, that's going to be it for tonight's stream, I think. Thank everybody for hanging out. Good to see you, Anne. Sorry you came in right at the end. If you want to support poetry, the link is in chat, or the link is on my channel page. Thank you very much. Take care.